we're going to talk about this glutathione thing. We want to make sure it's sort of a continuing theme throughout today's show because it is really responsible for so much. And when we talk to you, we want to know what health pathway have you chosen? You know, what have you found that's worked for you, and what are you scared to try? Maybe we can talk about that as well. Anyways, we'll be back with more of Dr. Dave, First Take Live, and this book, and you. So stay with us.
Always at the leading edge of style and comfort that you want for your home, Floor Trends offers you industry-leading Mannington flooring. Mannington floors are built from the idea up, from the latest trends in home decor to the industry's most advanced technologies, creating realistic, durable, award-winning floors.
We make homes so good to come home
Floor
to.
Trends, Lindsay, Peterborough, Belleville, and now in the former Parkwood Floor Center, 356 Dean Avenue, Oshawa.
You hoe and you rake, you shovel and you ache. And for what? Flowers that might not bloom? Forget all that work, because now you can be the envy of all your neighbors with thousands of blooms instantly. Thanks to Roll and Grow, the miracle garden in a box. Just roll out our floral carpet, water, and let nature do the rest. Thousands of flowers wherever you want them. Cut, roll, and grow just like cloth to fit plant pots on the terrace or window boxes on the patio. Or cut it in half and get up to 20 feet of edging for your driveway or walk. Each roll and grow carpet has over 1,000 seeds and all the nutrients needed to blossom into a rainbow of fantastic flowers. Cut and place. Or just roll and grow. In weeks, you'll be surrounded with beautiful blooms. You could spend hours and hours digging and hoeing, then planting tiny seeds one by one, or spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars at a nursery, and then you still have to waste time getting them in the ground. Not with Roll and Grow. It's biodegradable, environmentally friendly, retains water, and suppresses weeds. Now that means a lot less work for you. Beautiful flowers like these can be yours quickly and easily. Just roll, water, and grow to enjoy your fabulous garden. Our 1,000 seed, 10 square foot roll and grow can be yours for just one single payment of $29.95. That's a lot of flowers. In fact, one 10-foot roll fills all of these window boxes. Incredible! But wait, by ordering through this special TV offer, we're going to double the seed count. That's an extra 1,000 seeds guaranteed to dazzle. Yours free when you order. 2,000 flowers, all for just $29.95. This offer is not available in stores, so call and order your Roll and Grow garden today. Call the number on your screen and bring the beauty of real flowers to your home quickly and easily with Roll and Grow, the floral carpet miracle.
Step out in style this spring with a beautiful new look from M.O.S.A.I Optical. We have world-renowned designs, and you can choose from thousands of selections of frames. Get 2 pairs of M.O.S.A.I Optical eyeglasses for only $199, including single vision, regular bifocal, or upgrade to invisible bifocals for only $90. With spring comes a new look. Be the trendsetter with exquisite new frames from M.O.S.A.I Optical.
Your eyes can have it all at M.O.S.A.I Optical.
Healthy body, are you struggling? What is your health pathway? What are you taking? What route are you taking? By the way, we're all on one. My doctor friend Dave says that we all are on a pathway anyways. And Dave has been talking about his pathway of learning as a physician to himself, you know, as a medical, not a medical doctor, you're a doctor of chiropractic, but as your own physician. We can all be our own physicians. Can we not?
I agree. I think that's one of the real messages that I think needs to be proclaimed a little bit more, is that we need to have our own advocacy. There's a difference between 3 types of care that I make in the clinic, Garth. One is sick care. We need to have it, no doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's necessary. The other one is health care, types of things that help to optimize. And then there's self-care. And self-care to me is about being able to understand your own individual uniquenesses and then manage the weaknesses but magnify the opportunity for you to end well. And I think that's one of the big messages, you know. The boomers are getting older.
Well, that's...
Okay, all right.
I think I want to help you bring us home.
Okay.
because 10 years ago, the boomers were 55, and you were to say now they're coming to the edge where they're turning 65.
Yeah, 2011, January 1st, the first boomer turned 65. 1946 to 64.
The health issues of a 55-year-old and a 65-year-old are different.
Sure.
Now, here's the other thing that's really interesting, and I'm going to challenge you out there, and it may disturb you, and I guess I'm doing it on purpose, is there are a bunch of holy grails out there that we think that we can't touch. We thought that, for example, that all pensions would be safe. We thought that everything was locked up, and we now are finding, too much to our horror, that we're panicked about our pensions. We're panicked about the fact that the government said they were taking care of it, and that the company said they were taking it. It was too big to fail, and now there isn't one GM or Chrysler worker that I know, retired, that doesn't worry about their pension. What's that got to do with health care? Well, what about our health care? Who's going to look after us at 65? Our health care dollars are going to go through the roof. And who's going to be able to afford it? And what new reality are we going to be faced with that has not been our current reality now?
And this is the big thing. I mean, I heard another economist, Mr. Harry Dent, talk about different things related to the boomers and this whole, generation of people that make up this significant part of our population, 30 to 40% by various different percentages, that will put this strain on there. And we have all of these various different guns in our pocket, these types of drugs and things, and those are all necessary once we get there. But what about, those things that we could use to help create a defense? You talk about the pensions, we talk about financial defense mechanisms to set in place. That's the RSPs, those things that we believed were untouchable from those companies that had 100 years worth of track record that fell by the wayside. I'm not a financial person, but I'm in that too. I'm in that reality. I'm 45 now, I'll be 46 in a couple of months, and I'm right at the end of the boomer. So what my concern is what will be used up in terms of those resources, because the only way that we can get more cash in the system is to cause more taxation. That's the only way we have, unlike the Americans that have a system set up where they have companies that will charge more premiums. We don't have premiums. Everything's supposedly free. Well, it's not now, but
and there's no financial way to think it's going to be. So now, having said that, there's a nightmare ahead. Nightmare in Elm Street. And Harry S. Dent, if you want to go to his website, just Google YouTube Harry S. Dent.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy, but you know what?
Everyone has their own thing, right?
You better have a stiff drink when you're listening to him, though.
Sure, I agree. But the concept that he talks about is that we've got this database of people, this group of the population that are heading towards this time, not just 65, but 20 years after that, it will be 85.
Right.
And by the time they're 85, I'll be 65.
Right.
So by that time, as the age duration becomes longer, is your health span going to be as long as your lifespan?
And to your point, that's one of the things you wanted to talk about was research. First of all, what you talked about in the first segment of the show, was you did this test and people could get it through you or through your clinic, or
yes.
It's not a major profit center.
No, it doesn't. No.
No, you wanted people to have a snapshot of themselves. But I remember reading Jimmy Gutman's book 4 or 5 years ago,
right,
about glutathione. And I must say he's done a better job on the cover this time. The other one was a little ugly. But and what I don't think people understand is, and I was flipping through it and I was reminding myself, and it was amazing that he talked about people with cataract, patients with cataracts, low GSH, low glutathione level. People that know for the functioning of the eye was glutathione level. The inflammatory bowels, found again low glutathione. If someone had sinusitis or that there was documented cases and research done that the glutathione levels drop. Now, glutathione to the body is?
It's a master antioxidant. It actually performs 4 major functions. It is a master antioxidant. What that means, it is that protection to the surface of the cell, inside of the cell, to prevent it from oxidizing or having free radical damage. We know that free radicals have participated or do participate in the cancer pathway. We know that. The second thing that it's an immune modulator. It's an immune system modulator. It actually helps to balance the immune system and not overreact with it, but it helps to enhance it. It helps to bolster it. It helps to beef it up. It helps to give us the ability to handle the various different viruses and parasites and bacteria within our body. We know that we need that. The best example is the person that's born with a normal immune system and then for some reason has HIV, and then with that syndrome of HIV, they lose the ability to handle the environment. There's been a change. We know that the immune system is important. It's a defense mechanism that we have for our outside world.
Now let's go back for a minute. So
Sure.
so we understand this is like the superhero. And it was the one that we were born with, and then our body stops producing it. Is that right? By age of like 20, 25?
Well, in terms of glutathione,
Yeah.
it declines with age. It declines with age. It declines with
Is it part of the body's way of structuring an exit plan for us?
structuring exit
Well, I
plan.
mean, like anything we naturally start to lose, is it part of life's?
That's a great question. I'm not aware of. I'm not sure that it's that. I think it's just that with our life these days,
Yeah.
we just use it up. It's something that every cell of our body has as a mechanism to protect itself. Remember that every cell produces or has to go through enzyme functions and metabolic functions. That process of metabolism causes free radicals. It causes the body to create these free radicals that can harm the cell. And so it's the natural inborn mechanism. It has to be produced in the cell. It cannot be consumed.
Hang on, let's slow down.
Sorry.
Well, because I want to slow down because we're going to sort of go a little off here. It cannot be consumed.
No.
Glutathione
You have
has
to have the building blocks for it.
so it has to have like all the materials are inside the body,
That's right.
and then all you have to do is have something that triggers it.
That's
Is
right.
that right?
You need to have the necessary building blocks there for the cells to make it. They know how to do it. They don't have to be told how to do it, but they need the necessary building blocks to make it. It's like this, Garth. You need to have, like, the magic school bus? You got to have the magic school bus show up into the cell with the right Lego pieces to put them together to make glutathione. You have to have those building block pieces. You get it from breast milk and you get it from raw milk. And so if you don't have those at our disposal, then we don't replenish the stores of it that are used up because of the exposure to various different things in our environment.
Okay, so and a lot of this is really well explained in his.
It's phenomenally
It's actually
explained.
a well-written book. Now,
And what's good about this particular book too, just to make a note of this, is that every chapter has at least 20 or 25 references that he's made, so that even a physician, a chiropractic physician, a medical physician, a naturopathic physician can pick this book up and realize the research behind the mechanisms.
research is important to you.
It is very important to me.
Why? I mean, I don't think. I mean, of course, it's important. Thank God you do it. But there are things that are anecdotally proven out there, and there are things that have research. For you to meet the Dr. Dave standard, you'd like things to have what kind of backing?
I like to have things that have passed the test of peer-reviewed literature. I like to have things that are able to be demonstrated. For example, when you take anything by mouth, whether it's a vitamin or a pill or a drug, once it goes past the little red lane, what does it do? How does it work? Does it work? How much does it work? And what they've done with the specific product that is able to increase glutathione levels is they've done the research.
It's the Immunical.
The Immunical product,
Right.
exactly. They've subjected themselves to the peer-reviewed literature, which means that within the community of physicians, they've said, this is our research. Can you reproduce it the same way that we did it? And if you can, it creates credibility to that particular product.
And not only is it a great idea, but it costs a lot of money to have
It
peer
does.
review.
It does.
$100,000.
I don't know what it would cost.
Lots,
I mean,
lots,
lots of money.
lots.
And one has to realize that the Immunical product all the research was done at McGill University.
Okay.
So we're not talking about something that was done because it was necessary for a company to handle the issue of having research. For the last 30 years, this research was going on at McGill, and as a consequence of this research, then Immunical was formed.
When we come back from break, let's talk a little bit more about what made you impressed with this. I learned about this product a number of years ago.
Sure.
The Immunical. I found it a little challenging to take it because it was a little too light. We'll talk about that.
Sure, yeah.
But I do believe glutathione is important in everything I've read about it. But I've also had naturopathic doctors and other ones come on and say, well, you can take a pill and it'll supplement, but I don't understand how that's possible when we have to put the building blocks in there. I get confused sometimes. How do people really stop with the confusion? Even tonight, you may be confusing somebody. So where would you send somebody if they were feeling somewhat confused? We'll talk about that when Dr. Dave returns with First Take Live. Stay with us.
Men's clothing is provided by Murray Johnston Menswear.
With over 25 years in the Durham region, Sign Design is a commercial signage and vehicle lettering company. By asking questions, they'll figure out quickly what you need and recommend the perfect solution. And backed by a 3-part guarantee, you won't be the least bit disappointed with the end result. From signs to fully wrapped trailers, they've seen and done it all. Let them make your next lettering or signage project come alive the way you want it.